Hi! Welcome back to my channel. So today it is part 3 of my air fryer recipes. So these are kind of experiments. I hope they work out. So I'm gonna make onion rings, and the recipe comes from my bowl, Caitlin. So I will link the description, or I will link the recipe down in the description box. Then I'm also gonna make sort of tofu wings. Tofu, which I have pressed of water. I'm going to cover it in some breadcrumbs and then in a sauce. And finally, French toast. All of these super simple to make in the oven, and the French toast you can just fry, super simple. But I'm going to try it in the air fryer to see if it works. So hopefully this isn't a complete failure. So give the video a like if you like it. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And let's get into this. So I'm gonna start off making the onion rings. So I'm gonna slice these into onion rings, and I'm gonna mix together the wet ingredients and then the dry ingredients. I'm going to use two onion layers for each one. In this bowl, I'm just going to pour the breadcrumbs. In this bowl, I'm going to mix the wet ingredients. So flour, some salt, I'm going to use a pre-made taco mix, and then just some oat milk. So with one hand I'm going to dip it into the wet mix and then coat in breadcrumbs.
Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away.
I'm going to put these into the air fryer for 200 degrees, 8 to 10 minutes. First I press the tofu of water. So this has 3 steps. First you cover it in cornstarch. Then you dip it in a little milk. Lastly, you cover it in breadcrumbs. You bake the tofu in the air fryer and then you cover it in the sauce. I'm going to put these into the air fryer at 220 degrees for around 20 minutes, and then I'll turn them over and bake for another few minutes. I'm going to mix together the sauce for the tofu, and I would link a recipe with the right amount of this For the video, I'm just gonna mix freehand. With the French toast, I have left this bread out for about half a day and even roasted it in the oven, so it is hard. I'm gonna make the mix, which I will coat the French toast in before putting in the air fryer. And I'm going to use 2.5 tablespoons chia seeds. Some cinnamon, a little bit of sugar, just a bit of salt, around a tablespoon of flour, and then around 220 milliliters oat milk. I'm going to let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Here I'm just going to pour some sugar and cinnamon, which I will coat the French toast in after it has done cooking. To make the French toast, I'm going to dip them into the mix for a few seconds and then into the air fryer. $180 degrees for 4 minutes.
Somewhere by the emerald sea, where the moon and water meet, somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take, something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me.
Okay, so I'm finally done. That took a while and I think the results are good. I'm gonna try them now on the camera. Yeah, hopefully these haven't lost their crunch, but they have been sitting out for a while. So first off, the onion rings. They still have their crunch.
Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take, something at the edge of space.
The onion rings are really, really good. So now the tofu wings. They're kind of messy. They kind of lose their crunch when you add them in the sauce. So I would recommend that you bake them cover them in the sauce and then bake for another few minutes. Yep. The French toast didn't really turn out as expected, and I think these are better to make in the frying pan, but I'm gonna give them a try anyway. I mean, anything coated in sugar is pretty good, so I'm still gonna eat these, but I might have to continue experimenting with French toast in the air fryer, but in the frying pan they were good. Also, I'm not so sure about the cheese seeds. I think it would have been better to skip the cheese seeds and just use a flour as a binder, but yeah. So that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you try the recipes, let me know. Yeah, and I might make a part 4 of the air fryer recipes if I come up with any other foods or recipes I want to try. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next week.